Good evening. Today is September 23rd, 2020. And I just want to talk about what you see here as far as conquerors. What is the definition of a conqueror? To conquer is to overcome and take control of a place or people by use of military force. Historically speaking, we have all been taught that conquering is a good thing, that this is a bold, wonderful thing, and you have to be very brave to be a conqueror. Black people don't understand we are warriors. So when we hear that word conquer, we envision strong, apt, agile warriors. That's not what these people are. They are a completely different species, and conquering to them is not the same as a warrior fighting for their people. Technically speaking, they fight for their people. However, the true nature of a conqueror is to be a murderer, a rapist, a terrorist, a thief. These are not high valued ideologies. And so the reason why I'm doing this video is for Black people to understand, stop thinking these people are on the same level. To be a conqueror and to be a just conqueror, a valiant conqueror, you have to have an enemy. The United States, for 200 and some odd years that it's been its own independent state, has been at war 95% or 98% of the time. It's like out of 250 years, 225 years of it has been in a constant state of war. We're either behind the scenes in a war or we're actively fighting a war. To them, they have to be conquerors. They have to constantly conquer. So when you ask, why me? Why black people? It's because a conqueror, in order to be in battle, in order to be in war, they have to have an enemy. What better enemy to have than the children who have the natural genetic inheritance of a plane and a planet they are not supposed to be on? They don't supposed to exist here. They're not natural to this state. And black people don't understand this. The original planet this planet, sorry, was a tropical planet. And I'm not talking Tahiti during tourist season. We're talking India in the dead set of their summer where it's 120 in the shade and the asphalt is melting. That is the natural state of this planet. They don't belong here. So when you sit back there and look at these cops and these white nationalists and all this other nonsense, you have to see them for what they are. Savages, constantly conquering savages. And the reason why these police get away is because the nature of the average Caucasian is to be a savage and conquer. This is not me being racist. This is not me being hateful. Forget the last 500 years. Look at them 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago. There are Sumerian texts that talk about them being savages. They talk about the red man who eats raw meat, whose savagery is unmatched. They are natural conquering savages, so they always have to be in an act of war. The police are their so-called warriors. I shouldn't call them warriors. They're so-called soldiers. Okay? They're constantly at battle with this planet. Thus, we are the natural children of this planet, so of course they're going to be at war with us. You stop asking why and start accepting the reality that is presented before you. We are natural to this cosmos. There's a reason why when black people go into space, our bones get stronger, our bone density increases. Whereas everybody else who goes into outer space, their bone density decreases. Their bones get weaker. They are not natural to this plane of existence. Not this planet, not this galaxy, not this solar system, not nada. Okay? There's a reason why the sun makes them feel hot and they get boils because they are not natural. And they know they are not natural. So they have to constantly be berating and destroying the natural children, the ones who have the natural genetic inheritance, which is what the people we call black people, us, melanated, copper, cosmic human beings. They have to because the more we rise up, the more in the natural state we become, the easier it is to kill them off. This is why they are so headstrong with killing us and doing it, displaying all over TV. It's modern day lynching. Cop kills a person and then leaves the body in the road for 5 hours. It's so that you absorb that 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 trauma and you keep the trauma and you teach the trauma to your children instead of transmuting. You're supposed to transmute that trauma. You keep it and you hold it, and then it keeps us at their level. They can't rise to our natural state. This is why we can't unify with them. Because in order to unify or be at our natural state, they're already in their natural state. We are outside of our nature. So stop seeing them as something they are not. Conquerors are murderers, rapists, terrorists, and thieves. That's all they are. That's all they'll ever be. Everything that they touch ends up being destroyed. And we're seeing that happen in real time. So stop asking and start accepting that reality. Then, once you accept it, you can work accordingly. But you will see us constantly being murdered by them because those police officers, genocidal terrorists with badges, are their warriors. And they're the last step before they get burned off, killed off, genetically modified, whatever, off this planet. They don't belong and they know it. Okay? So take a break, take a breather, learn to start transmuting all this negative energy and give it right back to them. Elevate yourselves and your children. Stop bowing down to them because every time you get on your knees to pray, you're praying to a white God and a white Jesus because that's all that's been infected to the world's mind for the last 500 years. You don't know any better, and you keep giving your energy to their existence. When I look at a cop, I automatically think you deserve to die. That is my nature because I am rising above that. It's like, and it's not that you deserve to die because, ooh, you're bad and you're mean. It's because you're not natural. And the more I get in tune with nature, the source, the God, whatever you want to call it, the more I realize how unnatural these beings are. This is why, as a general rule, I'm not trying to tempt fate. Cops don't mess with me. I've walked down the street where a cop was struggling with a suspect, and they all move out of my way because they know that my energy does not value them. And if you don't value something, how can you fear it? I don't fear them. I know exactly what they are. I mean, it doesn't make sense. So I just want to put this out there real quick for our folks to understand these people are not warriors. They are soldiers for their existence on a plane and a planet, in a universe, in a solar system, in a galaxy that they don't belong in. So they will continue to come for us until we decide, you, because I've already made the choice, that they don't belong and you do not value their existence. They're not like us, they never have been, and they never will be. They're dying off, and there is nothing anyone can do to stop it because nature has decided. I choose nature. I side with nature. So have a lovely evening. Power up. And please just stop taking in, transmutate this nonsense. They're dying off. It's our job to help nature. Good night.